Milky Way, our home galaxy, and yet there's so little we truly know of her origins. What secrets lurk behind her celestial artifice, and what horrors reside beneath? Dr. Sherman Baxter is the head of research at the Santiago Observatory in Chile. An American, Dr. Baxter is also a senior fellow at Cross Point College and a member of NASA's Emergency Protocol Division. On the 18th of November, Dr. Baxter discovered tremors rattling the crust of Earth's nearest neighbour, Venus. After several heart-wrenching moments, the surface of Venus erupted, sending remnants of the planet hurling across the sky. Baxter boarded the first flight for Washington, D.C., eager to share his findings with the head of NASA, Dr. Liam Brown. The findings were startling, prompting Dr. Brown to leave his office, something he almost never did, to visit the scientists in the emergency division. The alarms were sounding as soon as they entered the room, with video screens depicting the red planet Mars, shaking the same as Venus before it exploded. They watched with bated breath until suddenly a colourful dragon emerged from within the planet core. Mars, followed by Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter and Saturn, all cracked like eggs waiting to hatch, and each birthing another gargantuan dragon into the starry night. With nowhere left to turn, Drs. Baxter and Brown relayed their findings to the top government officials at the Pentagon, including President Richard Powell. Despite the evidence of their galaxy imploding under the weight of interstellar creatures, the president remained calm and instructed the two scientists to follow him to a top-secret facility. The facility, located along the ocean, was a confidential launch site designed for planetary evacuation. But there was a catch. There were only 20 vessels prepared for the voyage, meaning they'd be saving, at most, 200 people. And saving them from what? The president explained that they needed to get their best and brightest off-world before the Earth hatches, like the other planets. But Dr. Baxter wasn't buying it. They'd be no safer in the stars than on the ground, and if flying away meant leaving billions to die, he would have no part of it. Baxter left the facility and strolled down the main road in Stony Brook before happening upon a protest along the beach. It was a small group of people with signs, all aimed at the launch silos on the horizon. Word had gotten out what was happening, and they were scared. Back in the launch facility, President Powell led his fellow dignitaries onto their ship and awaited the final countdown. One by one, the escape pods blasted into the sky, and one by one, they were eaten. The President's ship was the final to launch, and managed to evade the ensuing dragons, only to fly directly into the sun. What happened, Baxter wondered. His questioning mind was silenced as a magenta dragon appeared in the clouds and began descending toward the beach. Closer it came, as Baxter abandoned all pretenses and fell to his knees, waiting for death. But there was no death, he realized, watching as the dragon lapped at the warm salt water. It stopped to look at Baxter. The animal then lowered its nose to nuzzle the doctor's head before letting out a satisfied snort and returning to the sky. "Looks like we aren't just another egg," Dr. Brown said, scurrying down the beach after choosing to follow his colleague's footsteps. "If not an egg, then what?" Baxter questioned. "A source of food," Brown guessed. "They were born and came straight here to drink from the ocean," he explained. As if they knew. That's what they were supposed to do.